Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts. My name's Deanna and today we will be working on week number 45 of my 52 weeks of Christmas. And we are going to be doing one tag 5 different ways. So you can cut these out with a die cutting machine if you have tags in there. I'm going to show you how to do it by hand. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of paper, the width of my tag, which is, what did I write those? 3.5 inches wide, and then I've done them 5 inches long. So we're going to take a tag and make it a scrap piece of paper and make it 3.5 inches wide. I folded it in half, and then I'm going to draw a design on there that I think will look good. So I'm just doing some curves, as you can see there. Oops, there you can see it. We're then going to cut this out, and then this will be our template. Now you can make your tags any size you want, and I will show you a smaller one in a bit, but you would just have to adjust your template then to coordinate with that. Then you just throw these away. This is just your craft card stock. I've already pre-punched from my other tags. I lined it up and drew a circle so we can punch the hole in the exact same spot as the others. I'm going to line this up just like that and then draw on here that design. And then you can mark this tag template and keep it if you like, or you can just throw it away and create a new one each time. So I'm just going to go in with my scissors and cut this out. Now if you are doing this, you can probably do more than one if you are going to do a few of them. Hold them together and do them more than one at a time, so you're not, but you know, it's not too bad cutting. I'm just using a good sharp pair of scissors. There we go. Now you can flip this over and use the back, or you can erase your pencil marks that are left down there. All right, now with my crocodile here, I'm going to go in and punch out that hole. I'm using the bigger punch setting for this because it's a bigger tag. If I was using the smaller tag, I would of course use the smaller punch setting. All right, so that is our tag. You can also, and I will show you on here, this is a scrap piece here. You can also create whatever size tag you want, and if you don't want to mess with creating a template or anything, you can take your ruler and let's say go in, depending on the size of your tag, let's go in 3/4 of an inch, make a mark, come down 3/4 of an inch and make a mark, and then just cut corner to corner like that. I'm going to do the same on the other side. 3/4 of an inch, make a mark, 3/4 of an inch, make a mark. So you don't have to have a fancy corner tag or a fancy rounded tag if you don't want, and then just go corner to corner, and then you can use that as a tag and then punch your hole. And then if you just have a little handheld punch, you can use that. I've got one right here, works just fine. It just gives you a little bit of a hole. Now there are other punches out there that punch smaller holes that are handheld, but that works just fine. Your cheap dollar store punch, well, I don't know if dollar store sells them, but a lot of places do, really inexpensive. So that one actually is, I think, from Hobby Lobby years ago. So yeah, you can make a tag like that. You could just make it rounded if you want. Whatever shape you want, you can create. And by doing it in half like that, you get the same exact, you get the mirror image on the other side, so you don't have to worry about hand drawing it. So that's how we would do that. So now for this tag, I'm going to take my Distress ink, and this happens to be walnut. And I'm just gonna smudge the edges. You can make your tags any color you want. I just decided to go with the natural color of the craft cardstock. And I'm going to actually do the back side too. Give it that finished look. Oops. First I want to punch my card. This is just a corner rounder. And so let me just see who that is. I'm just going to smudge the edge here. Let's see. I'll have to wait a minute. Alright. So, that's just my daughter. She can wait a minute. I'll call her back. Alright. So, I've rounded my corners. I've smudged both edges. And we should be good to go. Oh my goodness. That's irritating. Yeah. You know. I'm just going to turn this on so nobody else can call. There we go. All right. So for this one, I am going to make a card. This is the small one. This tag here is, where's my little, here it is. This tag here is 3.5 inches long by, looks like 2.5 inches wide. Same exact style, just smaller. What I did with this one is I took my circle punch and I punched out 5 circles and then folded them in half like this. And then we're going to glue those together. So that is just a smaller version of the card we're going to create right now. So that just gives you a sample of, you don't have to have a big tag. You can do a smaller tag. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. And with this punch, I used a 2 1/8 inch size punch. If you have a Cricut or other die cutting machine, you can use that to cut them out. Just line them up and cut them. If you don't have a punch, you can use any circle shape that you can. And what I'm doing here is I'm just putting them down on the table, lining them up that way so I know they're flat with each other. Okay. Together like that. And you don't have to use 5. I just thought that looked nice and full when I did 5 of them. You can do more if you want it fuller. It's all in your own preference. Cover that a second. Alright. That. Line those up. Squeeze them together. Now I can see I'm off on this one a little bit, so I'm just going to go in there and trim that off a little bit just to make them look so that's not showing. You could smudge the edges too. Alright, so we've got all of ours together. Let's go ahead and put glue on both sides here. There we go. And you can use any pattern paper you want. Alright, let's see here. About right here. Okay. Smush it down. Here we go. There. Just a nice little ornament there. Alright, so we're going to stamp this. Oop, I should have stamped it beforehand, but that's alright. And this one just says, "Hope your holidays are filled with joy." It's just a exactly stamp that I purchased a few years ago. I've never used any of them. So I don't know. I got mine on eBay from a seller on eBay, and I don't know if, I'm sure you can find one if you want this exact stamp. She was having some sales and stuff, and so I got some good deals on it. So I'm going to put this right down in this corner here. Hold it to make sure it's coming in there a little bit. There we go. There. Nice and pretty. Now you could emboss this too if you'd like. And I've just used StazOn black ink. Alright, so let's get that like that. And for this bigger card, I'm going to use these branches from my Tim Holtz die. It's just like branches and leaves and stuff like that. This one I used the Tim Holtz little holly leaves. So, but because this one is bigger, I want a little bit bigger statement on there. So we're just gonna do this here like that, and we'll put that in there like that, and this one here. Yeah, maybe like that. Let's see here. All right, we'll get that one there. And I don't care if it hangs off the edge a little bit. That's not a big deal. Any glue showing will dry clear. Now for this one, I do have a little button here. It's got a sticker on the back, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of my art glitter glue. I'm going to put that button right in the center there, just like that. And then I think that is it on that one. I want to put a bow on there, but I'm not sure if I want this bow here. All right, let's just get some ribbon here, and we will put, oh, there it is. It's behind me. All right, let's see here. Let's do this ribbon here. This is just some old ribbon. I have a piece. And let's go ahead and make a bow out of that, I guess. And I'm just going to tie that like that. Bring it through here. Whoops. Guess not. Here we go. Let's try again. There we go. And we're going to spin this one around. We'll probably have to add some glue to that to keep that facing this way here. Make it a little bit smaller. Oh, there's my Goethe. I have a 126-pound female German Shepherd. And she just came in a second. All right, so let's, I'm going to cut these a little bit shorter here, like so. And I'm just going to put a little hot glue in the back there to hold that in place. Hey, Jamie called. Do you want to call her back and see what she wanted?
Are you doing a video?
Yeah. All right. So there we go. So let's go ahead and cut this one up just a little bit more, just like in there. We'll add some, I'll take this last piece here and run that through the hole here. So we have a hanging tag if we want it. All right, like that. Up through there. Just like that. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of glue to these to keep them from fraying. Otherwise, they're just going to continue to fray away. There we go, and that will dry. We'll take our bow, add a little hot glue to that. And we're going to glue it right down to that spot. So right there, just a little dab. And then there we go. So we have a bow and a tag. There we go. All right, so that's number one. Ooh, that was hot. All right, one tag. Our second tag, I've taken this stamp here. It's an Inka Dinka stamp, and I've had it for quite a while. It is 60-31346 trees. So I've stamped a couple of the trees on there just to help save time. And we are going to add a sentiment sticker. Some of these we're going to make them real easy. I think I'm going to go with, let's see, Peace and Joy. And we're going to put that right up here. Let's put that right like there. There we go. I'm going to take my white gel pen and I'm going to draw like snowbanks under here. Just give it some character. It just goes to show you how simple of one you can make. And still have a nice homemade card or tag. All right, so now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to dot all over to look like snow. You can do this with your you can do it with spray if you want, with your toothbrush or a paintbrush and splatter it. But that works good for me. Let me show you what it looks like. There, see? Does a good job. There we go. So let's go ahead and put this bow on there. And I'm going to run some twine. This is just some twine I got in a kit. It's just baker's twine. And we're going to put that through there. It's like this, yeah. Gives them something to tie off onto. And a little hot glue. And I've already tied this one and put a little glue in there to hold it. So we'll put a dab of glue in there. And then put that there. Just like that. So that is number 2. Nice and simple. For tag number 3. I've taken 3 different size punches, a 2 5/8, a 2 1/8, and then my little circle punch, which is 1 1/2, and I've punched out them in white. I've taken my Peacock Ranger ink, Distress ink, and I inked the edges of the circles to make them stand out a little bit. And I've cut just a little piece off of a scrap piece of orange to make his nose. Just did it on an angle. I pre-did his eyes with just my ink pen, just my Zig pen. And we're going to go ahead and glue these together. Now, I think I want to lift them up a little bit. So I'm going to, in between there, I'm going to put some pop dots. And I just had them out. There they are. There they are. Here we go. So we can just put some of these out here. So let's go ahead and put them underneath each one of these. Here we go. And I should only need about 3, and 3 under there. And I'm going to center it. You can do it off if you want. I'm going to center it kind of there. If it's off a little bit, it's not a big deal. Nothing to lose sleep over. It would just make it look like you were viewing it from a different angle. All right. There we go. Put that on there like that. Okay. Now we're going to just glue his little nose on there. Just like that. And then his little hands, like I said, I just took a scrap piece of paper. In fact, it was this one. And I took and I cut my V out first for the twig part. Then I went in and cut like another section of that V just a little wider. Came down for the stick part, like so. And then just created another little stick thing, just like that. If you have some pre-cut, like, I'm going to try to get this. I should have did this on there before. Like little twig things, like little branches or something, you can do that with this too. So I'm going to put his arm like this. There. So there's our little snowman. Nice and cute, dimensional. Okay. And on this tag, I just stamped Merry Christmas. So we're going to go ahead and add some glue to this. There we go. Put that on just like so. There. And then it's going to have a scarf, so let's cut a piece of this, and then we're going to cut that in kind of like half, and then we'll hot glue those in there. Let me take my lighter here and burn the edges of that so that they don't fray. This satiny ribbon, you can do that too. A gross grain ribbon. All right, so I'm going to put dab of glue there, and we're going to slide that right up underneath there like that. Get it in there. And this is just an old ribbon from Hobby Lobby. And we're going to slide that one in just like that too. There. I think I'm going to trim those just a little bit shorter here. Just a tad. There we go. There we go. That looks better. There. So now we can take that same ribbon and cut a piece to run through our tag there. Not that much. Yeah, that'd be about right, I guess. Let's burn the edges of those. Boop. Let me see if this is enough. If it's not, then we'll cut a longer piece. So let's go ahead and put that through. If you need a bigger hole, you can punch a bigger hole. There we go. All right. It's very thick. All right. Let's punch a bigger hole. It just doesn't want to pull through. So I'm going to go ahead and just line this up and punch a little bit bigger hole. There we go. That should do it. See? All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, that's moving a little bit better. All right. Just doesn't want to pull through there very good. There we go. All right. There we go. So that's tag number 3. Tag number 4 is right here. So I've done the same prepping on this one. I've got 3 of the Tim Holtz little holly leaves. I've cut a smaller piece of decorative cardstock to sit on there. So let's go ahead and now you can do the same design on this one as you did this one and just make it smaller. I wanted these quick. There we go. I've taken another piece of craft cardstock and stamped Happy Holidays on it. Let me move my glue gun so I don't get my arm burnt on it. And that is the width of the decorative cardstock. I'm going to put that about right in there. Just like that. I have a snowflake that was from a punch. Let's see, Martha Stewart punch. Let's go ahead and add a gem to this one. Let me get these out of the way here. I just put them all up on my thing there. So let's go ahead and add, oh, how about a little clear gemstone there? Right to the center of that. the little bling. There we go. Close this up so I don't knock this over with my arm, because that would be a mess to clean up. We're going to go ahead and add these leaves here for decoration. Let's go ahead and add them just like so. There we go. Oh, one more. Move them around a little bit here. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to take my stickles. First, let me tie my string. Let's go with this colored string again. If I don't, then I'm going to put my hand in it probably when I do my... All right, here we go. All right. Let's see here. Pull these through. But my fingers just do not want to work today for some reason. Right. There we go. I'm going to take my stickles and put 3 nice size dots here. This one I'll have to set aside to dry. There we go. That is card number 4. So I'm going to set this one back here to dry so I don't touch it. Last but not least is card number 5. Again, I've prepped it the same way. And I've taken just a little bit smaller size pieces of decorative cardstock, and I've tore them on an angle. And you can do as many as you want. I did 2, but you could do as many layers of those that you like that looks aesthetic to you. Maybe you only want to do 1. All right, so here we go. This one I did not stamp on. Here's my second piece, and it's just a little shorter than the first piece. There we go. And just a little bit smaller again. So you see that decorative edge. I have some stickers here. Let's see. I think I was going to use this one. I thought this might be cute on there along this top here. Maybe just like that. So let's go ahead and set that on there, and then I'm going to go with the back side and just trim those down just like that. There we go. All right. There. That matches that. I also have, when I do my different projects, I always cut extra flowers. And so in this little box here, I have a bunch of poinsettias. And I've chosen this red one here. And we're going to stick that. Well, yeah, we'll stick that first. So I'm just going to, and this is already pre-built. So I'm just going to set that there, just like that. Okay. And then I've got this 'Tis the Season little tag thing that was from another thing. I just kind of put them in little boxes and keep my scraps to different things. And so those were all like little tiny Christmas tag scraps and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and ink the edges on that. And we're going to raise that up on some pop dots. Maybe, oh here, we do have a couple in here yet. So let's use those up. There's 3 on there, yep. And then that is empty. So just get that out of there. 1 in the middle, 1 on the end. Okay. There we go. All right, I'm just throwing these little pieces in my trash there. I'm going to run that on an angle going the other way from them, just like that. There. Let's put a gem in this center of this. You could do a gem, a pearl, or whatever you'd like. And there's my, I'm going to put my back in there. All right, so let's grab one of these. And I'm going to use my tweezers here, I think. Oh, maybe. There we go. Just like that. Gives it just that little extra something. See, just like that. Cute. Okay, so let's, in fact, I think I'm going to come in here and do a little of that walnut on here to darken those up just a little bit. Take that brightness off of there. There we go. All right. Oh, you know what I forgot? I was going to put my snowflake in there. I don't know if I can get it under there now. Yeah, maybe. Let me see. Part way. Okay, let me cut off part of this angle here. See if I can get that under there. Yeah. All right. So I was supposed to glue this in between those two. See, you just can't panic. It's always a solution to it. All right. Just like that. And we're going to need some more glue right under here. We glue this down here. There we go. Perfect. Let's put a something on that one. Let's put a gem on that one too, I guess. Right there for that one. Okay. There we go. Just grab another one of these and put that right there. Just like that. Perfect. Wipe up some of our glue. The glue will dry clear. All right, so now we just need a tag for that, or about another little bow. Let's, no, that's too bright red. Let's go with that. Let's just go with this here. Do another piece of this. Just make it simple, simple, simple. Or do I have silver? Let me check. Yeah, I do. Ooh, how about just a little piece of this silver stuff here? There we go. And I don't know where art skills. This I just have tons and tons of different ribbons for every season and every day and like that. So some of it I've had a long time. All right, so there we go. So that is number 5. So let's get them back in here a little bit. Let me get this stuff out of the way. I know it looks very messy, doesn't it? But out of chaos comes creativity, I guess. So there we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is here drying. So be careful with this one. So that's one tag, 5 different ways. And like I said, you can create a small one if you don't want them bigger. You can do smaller tags. And there's a reminder, this is week number 45 of my 52 weeks of Christmas. I want to take time to thank you for joining in. And I appreciate all my new subscribers and my subscribers that have been with me since the beginning. I can't thank you enough for taking your time to see what I'm up to. And hopefully we're learning things together. And if you ever have any comments, please feel free to leave them. And if you have questions, I will gladly answer to do the best of my ability. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please take the time to do so now. Just go down below this video and hit the subscribe button. There's also a bell. If you hit that bell, you'll be notified each time I put up a new video. So until the next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.